Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we're going to be talking about an interesting Grand Theft Auto 6 leak and how its setting is reportedly going to be modern day. So that's right, GTA 6 is apparently going to be set in the modern day according to a notable leaker that we've actually covered here on the channel. And myself and many fans are getting impatient when it comes to waiting for GTA 6 information to appear. And you certainly have to take everything you see online with a little bit of a grain of salt, especially when it comes to such a high-profile title like Grand Theft Auto 6. But we're dealing with someone who has a lot of experience in the video game industry. And this is leaker Tom Henderson, who has previously leaked information about Battlefield 6 and Call of Duty, and even has talked about Grand Theft Auto 6 in the past, with some very notable tweets referencing information about the game itself. So let's just take a look at some of those right there. In the past, he tweeted out that for the first time ever in a GTA title, GTA 6 will have a playable female and male protagonist. Hashtag GTA 6, hashtag GTA VI. So that was a pretty big bombshell at the time that we were going to have a female main character and a male main character. Now, was it going to work like Red Dead Redemption 2 where you played as Arthur and then John, or was it going to work like GTA 5 where you could swap between the different characters at once? That, of course, is unknown, and that happened a little bit earlier in the year. Back in January. And since then, we've heard him mention Grand Theft Auto 6 on several occasions. Back in March, he said 80% of the GTA 6 Project America's leaks are smoke and mirrors, which is the photo that you guys see right there, meaning that 80% of it is basically fake. 20% of it would have some validity or would be, slightly real. And then most recently, he even responded to a couple of people asking. Someone said GTA 6 is in development, to be honest, and I'd expect its trailer to happen once we have GTA 5 Remaster. In my opinion, a tweet confirmation from Rockstar can happen by the end of this year or early next year, but really nobody knows for sure. With them saying, yeah, I agree, I think we're 18 months away from a GTA 6 announcement, to be honest. And he made that tweet like last week. 18 months away. That's basically a year and a half from now. I mean, think about that, of not even hearing anything official from Grand Theft Auto 6. And then we got the information today, which I think is very, very interesting. He was essentially responding to someone that said, for the fifth time, give us information about GTA 6. And I will say that, there are nicer ways to ask. He is under no obligation to talk about this, so I would not just go, blindly tweeting at him saying, give us GTA 6 info. But he did end up responding, and it kind of blew up a little bit. He said it's not set in the 1980s and is modern. So let's talk about why this is interesting. Number one, it kind of conflicts a lot of fans' wishes and even some rumors of what the game was set to ultimately be. And that was going back to Vice City in the 80s, essentially a remake of GTA Vice City. And I think some of that might have been the wanting for nostalgia or remembering how great that setting was from either pop culture, film, TV shows, movies. But it makes sense that GTA 6 would opt for a modern day setting rather than jumping back to the 80s like Vice City. And I think it's simply because many of GTA 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online's features and current systems revolve around modern-day technology like cell phones and the internet. I mean, imagine if we had GTA 6 in the 80s. I think people would be thrilled, but at the end of the day, they would start to miss the conveniences of modern technology. Not having a cell phone, not having modern vehicles, not having things that we've had in Grand Theft Auto Online because it takes place in 2020, 2021. And I also think that it puts Rockstar at a disadvantage. It kind of limits the things that they can do in the game and limits the content that they can provide for the player base. So I can't really imagine Rockstar would be keen to scrap everything that it has built up over the last 7 or 8 years in Grand Theft Auto Online, considering how popular it is and how much people love it. Now, here's where we could speculate a little bit and sort of go down some rabbit holes. Like, what do you technically mean by modern? Is it going to be set in like 2021? Is it going to be set just in general modern times, like the early 2000s? Is it going to be set, somewhere off in the future, like kind of maybe 5 or 10 years before where we're at now, like 2030 or something like that, where it's not too far-fetched and still like within our reach, and not something crazy like Cyberpunk 2077 where it's just completely futuristic? That's where you can kind of speculate. If I had to take a guess, I'm going to say like modern times, like what we're experiencing right now, because that's the trend that Rockstar's followed with GTA 4 and then subsequently Grand Theft Auto 5 as well. Now, although getting information like this is great, again, you still have to take it sort of with a grain of salt. It's not coming officially from Rockstar here, and I'm personally not expecting GTA 6 to crop up really anytime soon. I mean, there's been various reports from Kotaku and Jason Schreier that the game was still in early development in 2020, and as you guys know, GTA games typically have long development cycles. There have been rumor after rumor after rumor about where the game is going to take place, what the characters are going to look like, etc., etc. So right now, I think the thing I am most looking forward to is just like a confirmation that this thing exists and that it's happening. Like a tweet from Rockstar, them changing their profile picture on social media, just making some sort of announcement that like this game exists, it's here. I know you guys are looking for way more information. Right now, we can't talk about it, but just know that this thing is happening and we can't wait to talk about it soon. I mean, I can only imagine there's like a handful of projects that have to get out of the way before GTA 6 arrives, the expanded and enhanced version of Grand Theft Auto 5, maybe something for Red Dead Redemption or Red Dead Redemption 2. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Other than that, it should be like full steam ahead for Grand Theft Auto 6 and to make the next Grand Theft Auto game happen. That's at least what I'm thinking here, and hopefully Rockstar is sort of on the same track, because I can imagine there are like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that are extremely excited for the next GTA game to arrive. And if it is a modern setting, that's awesome. 80s GTA would also be incredible because Vice City was amazing. But honestly, you guys can let me know in those comments down below, what do you think of this? If GTA 6 is in a modern setting, do you think that's good or bad? Would you prefer it to be in a not modern setting like the 80s? Let me know what you guys are thinking in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.